Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on this video tutorial I'm going to show you two different ways to make some adorable arabesque ornaments for your Christmas tree. So as you're hopping on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from, feel free to sprinkle, feel free to ask questions. At the end I'll get links out to anyone who wants it. Okay, so what am I even talking about? Well, I'm talking about these. This is a set of 12. I have some out here on my desk as well. Comes a set of 12 of these little wood ornaments that are painted. And there's a stencil set that will go along with it that has these two outside patterns, and then it has a bunch of really awesome words to go in the center. So that's what I'm talking about, but you know I love stuffies. So we're gonna make stuffy ornaments too, using some white canvas duck fabric from Hobby Lobby. So it should be really good. I also have a fun idea for the back of the ornaments. So let's just hop right in. Okay, so I'm doing all of this with the new glittering chalk paste. This is copper. Whoops. This is copper. This is rose gold. And then there's a black metallic. They're beautiful. And then these are the inks that we'll be using on the canvas. This is the rose gold, this is the copper, and this is the black. So that's what we'll be doing, is the whole project two different ways with these new metallic or glitter chalk pastes and glitter inks. Okay, so let me show you what I've made so far, and then we will finish this one. And also I'm going to show you my oopsie because it was really dumb. So I'll show you that in just a second. Okay, oh my gosh, these are so beautiful. This is rose gold, which it's hard to see. Let me try turning off my ring light and see if that improves. It's a little dark in here today. That might make it a little bit better. Yeah, except I have a shadow, but oh well. So there's a rose gold one. Here's another rose gold one. Aren't they pretty? And I wanted to do something on the back because you know sometimes ornaments get turned around on your tree. So I used the lace, berries, and flowers stencil with the same colored chalk paste on the back. Isn't it pretty? Okay, and here is the one I have finished in the copper chalk paste. And there's the back of it. And here's one that I haven't done the back yet, but we will right here. So we're gonna finish the front of this one, and we're going to do the back of this one. And right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my big oopsie doopsie. Okay, what do you notice about this? I wasn't even looking. I have my hole for the ornament on upside down. So I will clean this off and redo it. I won't clean off the back because, well, no, the back looks fine. So, but the word hope is upside down and that is not going to work. So just when you're doing these, just be aware what is the top and what is the bottom. And I wanted to say a word or two about these. They are painted wood. The ones I did not treat with anything beforehand. But if you want a super crisp stencil impression, I recommend, after playing with them for a day and a half, that you consider using some of the Magnolia wax on them, or that you consider giving them a quick spray outside with a clear matte sealer before you stencil. They are already painted, so they're good to go for that, but you'll get a little bit better result if you do that. And you can see in this one, it's not bad. but it's not as crisp as it could be because I didn't do anything to treat this wood. I wasn't sure if we needed to, so I've experimented, and this is what I found out. Okay, so let's finish this one. This is the black metallic chalk paste. You guys just wait till I show you these. They're so cute. I did not do the back of those, but that is an option. Okay, so I'm going to use one of these two outside arabesque shapes. They're slightly different. This one has snowflakes on it, and this one has like twinkle stars or something. Let's use this one. And I already did the word joy. I did that yesterday, as a matter of fact. And, okay, so I have found if you hold your stencil like this, when you're putting it on your ornament, it is a little bit easier to get it on and get it relatively straight. Okay, so now I'm just going to press it down really good, and we're using some black metallic chalk paste, and throw this away. Let's see, let me get a wipe because I just got ink on my fingers, and I'm grabbing for a squeegee. Do you guys remember when we did these? We did this glass etching. I have been using this to hold my squeegees, and I have a lot more. And then I've been using the other one that we made to hold all my little stirs. And then the big one that we made has all my glue sticks on it. These are things that I'm constantly reaching for. So anyways. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little blob of this on my squeegee. And I'm going to apply my chalk paste, and while I'm doing that, let me tell you about working with stencils and chalk paste and ink. Okay, when you're working with them, it is going to be super tempting for you, it is for me too, to keep going over and over and over it because we don't want to miss anything. But when you do that, when you go over and over and over, what happens sometimes is you push a little bit of your medium underneath the little holes that are the design in the stencil, and then it can look a little bit blurry. So I just basically put on my chalk paste, and then I squeegeed off the excess. That looks awesome. Okay, I'm throwing this in a little tub of water. Face down. This is what it looks like. I've been using this same tub for about 3.5, 4 years. And yeah, it's a mess. But for me, that works the best, to throw my stencils in while I'm live. And then I'll just go out to the kitchen sink and I'll spray them with some water, and I'll lay them on a tea towel or something with the sticky side up to air dry. Look how pretty that is. So now later I will come back and do the back of this. But let's set it right here so I don't mess it up, so I don't forget. Okay, and let's do, this is one that I've already done. The more you do, the better you get at having your word be in the right place. But even if my family is a little bit high on this one, it still looks great, I think. Okay, so I am going to be using this stencil. This is my good one. I haven't used this one yet. It's called Lace, Berries, and Flowers, something like that. I love these all over pattern stencils, and there will be, I don't know when it's coming out, but sometime in the next month and a half, there'll be an all over pattern snowflake that is so awesome. So I have used this a ton, and I'm not going to fuzz it. It doesn't need to be fussed anymore. And I'm just gonna lay my little design on here and kind of eyeball. How do I want it to It really is not brain surgery. It really does not matter how you put that on there, but I'm just gonna rub it down real quick. Take some more chalk paste. Stay with me because we're gonna do the stuffies next. Oops. And last year, and the year before, I made a ton of stuffy ornaments. So I'm planning to make a bunch more this year too. This is gonna take more chalk paste because there's more holes in this stencil design. Glob right there. So I'm going to get it on. Okay, it's on. And now I'm going to use the straight. So there's a curve on one side of the squeegee and then it's straight on the other. I don't know how to hold that so you can see. Anyways, I'm just going to use the straight side to just squeegee off the clumps and the excess lumps of chalk paste. And I will pull this off. I just about to put my finger down. It's beautiful! Absolutely love it. And I just think it's fun to have a design on the front and the back. So let me see if I can pick it up without messing it up. There's the front and here's the back. So let's set this over here to dry. And these little ornaments, when you get them, they come with a whole bunch of jute. But because I'm using the sparkle chalk paste, I had some of this butcher's twine, or maybe it's called baker's twine. Yeah, I think it's called baker's twine, that I've had for a million years. I have absolutely no idea where it came from. Seriously. And I just, I'll show you on this one that's blank. I just opted to use this rather than the jute that comes with it because I used the sparkle, or not sparkle, the glitter paste. Oh my gosh, Debbie says she's finishing up 60 burlap flowers that she's making for a friend's daughter's wedding. Wow. Okay, so I just put that in there. I'm going to do a knot here somewhere towards the top of the ornament, like that. And then I don't like it when my loops are too big on the Christmas tree because then the ornaments hang down too far. So I'm just going to put it about right there, snip off the excess, and that is how I did all of these. So, okay, if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I gotta order this right now, and if you're watching me live, it's Tuesday, October 4th, 2022. These will be available tonight at midnight, October 5th, 2022, on my website. And I'm thinking, oops, that one's still wet, that there's a good possibility that they could sell out. So I would either, if you're on Pacific time or Mountain or Central, and midnight is not too late for you, I would consider placing an order. Or do it early in the morning, just to make sure. Isn't that so pretty? Okay, this is my favorite. And I love this rose gold. If I was having to choose one glitter paste, out of these, I would choose the rose gold. The copper's also very nice, but I love that rose gold. Okay, so let's, my fingers cleaned off. Let's move on to the next thing I want to show you, which is stuffy ornaments. Okay, how do you make them? They are so super simple. And I used, for this project, I used some white canvas duck fabric that I got at Hobby Lobby. But you can use any kind of thick fabric. It could even be denim, that would be cute too. In whatever color. I also really love the oatmeal. I'll tend to use that the most, but I just decided to do something different and to use the white canvas duck that I had. Okay, and so I did not wash it beforehand. I did iron it before I put it in a pile and it got an increase, but I will iron it after because that's how you heat set. So these do not need to be fuzzed when you're going to put them on a piece of fabric. And also I've used that same one about 6 times. Okay, so I'm just going to get it on really good on my fabric. And we're using ink. Okay, and let's use the rose gold because that's one I love the most. So, what you're going to do, same thing, resist that urge to keep going over and over and over and over. You're going to apply your chalk paste. So everything's covered. And then you're going to use the back of your squeegee to pull up the excess. And you're not going to keep going over and over and over. Fabric will tend to suck in your medium and spread it out if you're not careful. This is my little tub. So this is what it looks like. And this is what I did for these other ornaments. So this is the first step. It's beautiful. It's beautiful just like that without any words even. Okay, so that was the first step, was to stencil. Then, when it was fully dry, I added a word in the center, okay? And this is what we have at that point. Let me show you. I have this one, Believe in the black glittering ink, Joy in the rose gold, and Peace in the copper. And I just have I have a front and a back pinned together, and I'm all about cutting time when possible. So I'm going to cut the front and the back at the same time. And I am going, I know somebody's going to ask me how far outside of the ornament am I actually going to cut. And I think I'm going to cut not quite ½ an inch from the edge of this design. And I did make a mistake on the first batch of these that I made, so I'll tell you about that. And if you decide to make them, you don't have to make the same mistake as I did. I was not thinking about how I was going to hang them. Come out of this way. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about how I was going to hang them when I did my first set, and I stuffed them and glued them completely shut. And I could not pull the fabric apart to put a hanger inside of it. So we're going to remember to do that. You could also do this exact same thing on red canvas duck. And I have some over here. I want to show you what it looks like. That would be awesome too. Then I would just use either black or white ink for that. Okay, where was the spot I needed to get? Okay, and if they're, you know, a little jaggedy, you can fix it. So, okay. So I'm not going to cut these ones out, but I will finish these ones after. And like I said, if I wanted, I could put a stencil on this side, like this lace embedding stencil. And then both the front and back of my cloth ornaments would have a design. So you could totally do that. Okay, so now I'm going to take my pins out. I just have pins in there to hold it while I'm cutting it out. And let's do the hook first, or the little loop, so I don't forget. Also, I need to trim this just a little bit. For this one, I'm just gonna tie a knot, trim this off, and I'm gonna glue it on the back. Okay. And I am using my Cool Shot low temperature hot glue gun. It's Scherbonder brand. It's a cheapie. It's like a $10 glue gun. And I feel like it's a little bit lower temperature than even any other kind of low temperature hot glue gun. And I use hot glue every single day. Do you? Tell me in the comments if you use hot glue more than 3 days a week. Tell me. I'm so curious to know if it's just me. Anyways, and I've just had way too many hot glue burns, so I'm not willing to risk that anymore. Okay, then I'm gonna flip it over and I'll show you why. I can see the design through the back of the fabric, and that gives me the perfect thing to just outline. So I was just following the front, this outside edge, and I'm gonna make sure that I don't close it up all the way without remembering to stuff it. So let's go here. I will leave an opening on this side. Oh, let me show you the red. Canvas stack, if I can find it. Let's see, where is it? Oh, here it is. This, I'm sure, came from Hobby Lobby. And this, if you're doing traditional colors for your Christmas tree, you could make some beautiful stuffed ornaments using this red canvas stack. And if you were doing that, I would use a lighter color, like white, or the glittering silver, or I would use black, and it would be beautiful. Okay, so here's what we have. And this side, I left a little teeny opening to put in some stuffing. Have a little pile of fluff right here. Let's see what it looks like. Wrong side. I'm not going to super overfill these, but that's personal preference, and you could do it, you know, put in as much or as little as you want. What do you guys think? Do you love this idea of doing, oops, I just broke a hole in this other side, of making soft ornaments with this stencil set? I love it. I'm super excited. I knew immediately when I saw this design that I would want to do it, because we made the most beautiful ornaments. I think we used painter's drop cloth actually 2 years ago, I believe it was, using this design that Magnolia had. They still might have a few left, but that they were ornament shapes and they had words on them. So I've got it stuffed, and I'm just going to push my little bit of stuffing out of the way and close this up. Anyways, I made the cutest ornaments with painter's drop cloth that I stuffed, and they were adorable. So here's what I have. This one says peace, and I glued it inside. So make sure you do that first thing, because if you wait till the last, you may forget. This one, it's glued on the back because I wasn't even thinking about that. This one says hope in the black glitter ink. This one says family in the rose gold glitter ink, and it has the hanger glued on the back of it. And this one, I tried to rip the top of it apart to get it to open up, and I couldn't do it, so I sort of glued it on the side. This one I'm going to have to take apart because this is way too short. But anyways, and then you can hang it on an ornament hanger or just directly over a branch. What do you guys think? Aren't they awesome? I'm super excited about these. And I'm super excited about these too. And let me tell you what the last step with these wood ones is. You want, when it's all dry, to go outside and give the front and the back 1 or 2 light coats of clear matte sealer spray. And that way you can put them away and they'll be fine, and bring them out next year. Now, if you want to change them, you know that for sure, don't spray them. And this one I am going to attempt to change because this is the one that I did upside down. So, okay, so just to review, these come in a pack of 12. They will be available if you're watching live tonight, October 5th at midnight Eastern time. So what would that be Pacific? 8 p.m. Eastern, Pacific time. They come a set of 12. They're awesome, awesome, awesome. And then the stencil set that had the big piece and everything, the outside, that will be available tonight, 12 a.m. Eastern time, 8 p.m. Pacific. Because technically that is October 5th. Yeah, 5th. But these are available right now. The inks are available right now. However, if you're going to wait to get this stuff, then I would wait and order these at the same time, or whichever one you might want. The laceberry is available right now, but I would do it all together if you think you're gonna do it. And if you don't have wax, you might wanna think about some wax too. So that's what I wanted to show you. I hope that you liked these ideas, and that you could see yourself doing this. I think you could make some beautiful gifts and some beautiful ornaments for your own tree. You can make 12 with just one package of these. Save 6 for you, give 6 away, and then you can make an endless amount of them using canvas duck or painter's drop cloth. Okay, let me see if there's any questions. If you want a link, just say link or say ornaments or something like that, and I will give you a link that you can click on at midnight tonight, and you should be able to find all of these things. Joan, I'll get you a link for everything just as soon as I finish here. Thank you guys so much for the stars. I really, really appreciate that. Let me know if you have any questions. I am going to sit down now and start reading what you guys have to say. But before I leave, let me just tell you one thing, and that is, if you want to see what I have coming up tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day, and then for Crest and Crafting, you might want to do a this or this. That's a heart, sort of. And check to see if you've followed this page. You can also turn on your notifications. Facebook takes those things to mean that you want to see what I have going on, and sometimes they'll serve it to you. If they don't serve it to you, you can come back to DiyDreaming. Just put it in your search bar on Facebook. You can come back anytime you would like, and you can watch the videos. I also have a YouTube channel, and I will come back and put a link to my YouTube channel in the very first comment. If you're watching this not live, as in Wednesday, October 5th, or any time after that, you would use the same link that I'm going to provide, but everything will be available. So, yeah, so look to see if you have liked and followed this page, and what the kind of crafts I do here, if you're new, are always going to be quick and easy. You don't have to have any artistic skills or a saw or any complicated tools, and they're quick because I have a short attention span. They're going to be sometimes a little different, like making a soft ornament out of canvas duck. They are going to be affordable. This whole thing is probably about 25 cents. I'm not even kidding. And most of the time, 99% of the time, they're going to involve either faith, family, or flowers. So if those appeal to you, hit follow. If you're watching on YouTube, hit subscribe and like this video. And then come back. I'd love to see you guys again for more crafting tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. I have tons of things in process that I can't wait to show you. All right. Have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys later. I will get pictures of everything. I'll put them in these comments, and also separate here at DiyDreaming. I'll also put my YouTube link in the very first comments if you want to look at that. Have at it. Thank you so much for the stars, you guys, and have a wonderful day. I'll see you later.